So on the next day, we did this. I did this 3 days in a row. Um, so there wasn't any gap between these days. So each day he has to get in and out of the trailer twice. So it's good trailering practice. And I hop in the saddle this time. So Benny's got his first trail ride. It worked out quite well for a horse that's never been on a trail ride. But this is the same trail. I'm not taking him to any different trail or a different place to go. It's always the same trail. So he should be able to remember and recognize this trail as something he's been on. It's not a new place. Now he was resistant here and there. And you'll see in some clips coming up how he circles and he backs and he moves his head left and right. It's Benny's go-to move when he doesn't want to do something. He will happily back up rather than go forward. And if he can get it done, he'll get his head around so he can turn himself around. This can be very dangerous on a trail. So my goal is to continue to remind him that it's unacceptable and it's not something he should be doing. Here, he has a little bit of trouble just getting across this tiny little bridge, which barely looks like a bridge, but you can see it. And it took about 5 minutes probably actually to get him to cross this. And it was something just strange, just something clicked and poof, off we went. But it took a little bit. It took a lot of reminding to listen to my leg, to listen to my hands, the direction we need to go. But he circles and he backs and he gets his head down and he brings it up. So just kind of slowly kept at it. There's nothing really to get frustrated about. Again, it's just a nervous horse. He's not feeling safe. So the point is to just, keep encouraging him that it's okay. He'll be just fine if he just goes the direction I ask him to go. I'm not going to give up. My perseverance will get him to where we need to go. And then, something just clicked and off we went for a nice walk. So as you can see, it was another beautiful day on this trail. And, he was really good. The one thing I really like about this trail actually is that it's got a lot of ups and downs. So Benny can practice balancing himself and keeping himself comfortable as best as he can with somebody on his back going up and down these hills. Here he stopped again, and I'm just trying to encourage him forward. So I'm kicking or I'm nudging with my legs to get him to go. And you see he turns his nose because he's thinking of going turn around, or he'll back up. So here he's got his head high. So he's going to turn, and I block it. But he does manage to get his back end around. He doesn't seem to need to get his nose around so much. So at this point, I did let him come back a little bit with the idea that I would get to a point where it was safe to do the turnaround that I needed to do. The spot that we were at was narrow and had an embankment on one side that wasn't as safe as I'd like it to be. If he decided to back up in the middle of our turn and go down the embankment, there's a chance that both of us could get hurt, which some lessons don't need to be taught at the time. I can do my turn here. When I get to the top of this little hill where it's safe, I can do my turn there, which he complies with. So off we went. And because he's come back a little bit towards the trailer, I have allowed him to sort of find that comfort. I mean, again, this is all just my opinion. Am I reading the horse correctly? I think so. But the idea is that he can have comfort in knowing that we can go back. If he really, really needs to, then we will go back. But we're going to come back to wherever we were at before and make it past that. So we do. And it's not long before he relaxes again. And this time when I just asked really lightly, he picked up a trot and off we went. again, he's still looking around. You can see his ears moving everywhere. His head's moving everywhere. He's not fully concentrating on what I'm asking. Otherwise, he'd just stay straight. But he's keeping an eye out. And I would never want to kill that. And I would never want to ruin that in a horse, because if they're staying aware, that means they're not, completely checking out of the situation. And you want a horse aware of things. You never know what you can have it come to you on a trail. So we got up the hill and we just continue on down this trail and nudge him forward again, and off we go. It's just a really beautiful, nice trot that he picked up on this trail. And we just continued on until we reached the water area that we'd reached on our second walk. There's two pathways. One goes left and one goes right at one point. And here we're coming up to that water again, and he can hear it. So you can see how his left ear he'll kind of clue in. He can hear this noise of water, which he's not a big fan of. It doesn't really work for him. And the dog's following us. I think it was really good to bring the dog along for our trips. I'm not sure if it helps Benny at all, but it's if the dog does run around, or if the dog happens to bark, then it's good acclimation. So here's our second ride. We didn't make it to the water on the first ride. I did let him go back, but on our second ride, he did because he did so much better. We actually made it the farthest we'd ever been in distance. So you can see he's a little bit calmer. He's obviously still looking around and stuff, but overall, he's getting a little bit more used to it. It is his fourth time out on this trail in 4 days. At one point, and I think this was it, he did get nervous about something. Not sure what. I'm not sure maybe if there's a bear on the trail somewhere or something, but there's a couple of points where he just oddly became nervous. So I just continue with the same methods that I always do. I'm just lightly encouraging him to go in a particular direction. Here he's just backing up, and he's using his head to get out of the pressure on his nose by the halter. So I just rode him in a halter for these rides. And because I don't let it go, because I don't let him win, he just ends up kind of going forward. And here we're pretty close to the water. So he's looking off again to the left, and doesn't really want to keep going, but just slowly edge him forward a little bit more till we can stand to where we can see the water and hang out. Just be cool with that. I didn't bother going to the water or in the water. The embankment is a little bit slippery, a little bit steep. Unless I were to get off, I just didn't consider it as safe as I'd like it to be for him. So my point really was just to make it to there. It's great exercise to get here because there's a lot of ups and downs. So I sort of sidestep him over and have him just stand there and be cool with it. I wait till he kind of gets his face over this way without all this head movement, without all this nervousness and jitteriness. I just wait for that calmness to set in. And then we leave. Still a lot of mosquitoes. There. Right there. And then I ask him to go. Which he happily does. Because going back to the trailer or home is a really easy thing for Benny to do. Well, all horses actually. Going home is obviously the easiest part. So we just pick up a quick trot. Just travel down the trail. And as you can see, this is Benny's only his second trail ride, from what I understand, in his life. So, in my opinion, he's done really well. There's no resistance. He doesn't buck. He doesn't try to bolt off. He just sort of is doing a lot of asking sometimes to go in a particular direction that makes him feel better. Here he made a decision himself on which fork to take in this little pathway, either go between these two trees or take the main part. I was kind of surprised he took the skinny part, or the narrow part that went between two trees, but he did. It was great. I hadn't asked him. Essentially I just let him have his head for this ride back, so he could go whatever pace he wanted to go. He could choose the direction he wanted to go, and I just went along for the ride. And as you can see, he trotted out for quite a while. I mean, relatively. Another beautiful day. Really beautiful trails around this area. And Benny was, he was just really good. It's a really nice ride. So I look forward to the rest of his rides, actually. I think he's going to do much, much better. When we did get back, I decided to give him he didn't seem quite ready to go back in the trailer. Still seemed like he wanted to move. So we traveled up the shoulder of the road, because when you're riding on roads, it's a good idea to get horses used to the idea that they're not to be walking on the roads if they can help it. Roads are for cars. There's so many cars out there that just don't care about horses, have no awareness of horses, don't understand that if you speed by them or be really loud, you might scare them. They just don't know. So having Benny not go on the road and stay on the shoulders of the road is just good practice. Plus it feels a little bit better, I'm sure, compared to walking on pavement. But that's just good practice there. And that's it.